या देवी सर्वभूतेषु शक्तिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः. We'll start with a bhajan by Madhuri.
Hari Om. Bhavani Shankari Parvati Paramadayakari Parvati Bhavani Shankari Parvati Paramadayakari Parvati Shiva Shivankari Parvati Shri Puravasini Parvati Shiva Shivankari Parvati Shri Puravasini Parvati Bhavani Shankari Parvati Paramadayakari Parvati Himachala Kumari Parvati Ishwari Shankari Parvati Himachala Kumari Parvati Ishwari Shankari Parvati Kumara Janani Parvati Kumkumarajita Parvati Kumara Janani Parvati Kumkumarajita Parvati Bhavani Shankari Parvati Paramadayakari Parvati Akhilandeshwari Parvati Adi Parashakti Parvati Akhilandeshwari Parvati Adi Parashakti Parvati Akhanda Purani Parvati Anandarupini Parvati Akhanda Purani Parvati Anandarupini Parvati Bhavani Shankari Parvati Paramadayakari Parvati Shiva Shivankari Parvati Shri Puravasini Parvati Bhavani Shankari Parvati Paramadayakari Parvati.
Now we'll go with Sejal.
Tato na mata na bandhu na tata na putro na putri na prityo na bharta na jaya na vidya na vrittirmameva gatistvam tvameka bhavani gatistvam tvameka bhavani bhavaptavapare mahadukhabiru papata prakami pralobhi pramatta pramattas pramatsadham प्रमत्तः कुसंसारपाशा प्रपत्तः सदाहं गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका पवानि गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका पवानि न जानामि दानं न च ध्यानयोगं न जानामि तन्त्रं न च स्तोत्रमन्त्रं न जानामि पूजं न चन्यस्य योगं गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानि गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानि न जानामि पुण्यं न जानामि तीर्थ न जानामि मुक्तिं लयं वा कदाचित् न जानामि भक्तिं व्रतं व्यापि मातः गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानि गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानि कुकर्मी कुसङ्गी कुबुद्धिः कुदासः कुलाचारहीनः कदाचारहीनः प्रदृष्टिः कुवाक्या प्रबन्धः सदाहं गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानि गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानि प्रजेशं रमेशं महेशं सुरेशं दिनेशं निशीथेश्वरं वा कदाचित् न जानामि चान्यत् सदाहं शरेण्य गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानि गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानि विवादे विषादे प्रमादे प्रवासे जले चानले पर्वते शत्रुमध्ये अरण्ये शरण्ये सदा मां प्रपाहि गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानि गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानि अनाथो दरिद्रो जरारोग्ययुक्तः महाक्षीणदीनः सदा झार्यवक्त्रः विपाटो प्रविष्टः प्रनष्टः सदाहं गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानि गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानि गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानि.
Thank you. Last year, we did Bhavani Ashtakam for this Navaratri celebration. And this year, we're going to talk about the three powers of Devi: the power of strength, the power of virtue, and the power of knowledge. We all know Navaratri is that festival of 9 nights And on the first 3 days, or 3 nights rather, we invoke Durga Devi. What is Durga Devi the goddess of? She is the goddess of strength, which we call Shakti. And when we think of strength, strength manifests in different ways. We can have physical strength, mental strength, intellectual strength, spiritual strength. In terms of physical strength, what does that actually mean? Sometimes people feel that certain people are weak or they cannot do things. However, physical strength manifests in different ways, as we said. The first one is being able to carry, to lift. So while we know in a general sense that men have this strength to carry and to lift heavy things, and that's why we see them a lot in construction sites and places where they have to, in these Amazon trucks or FedEx trucks. Women also have that strength to carry and lift. Their lifting is very different. It's the lifting of a child for 9 months or so. So their lifting doesn't stop at it. If it's not 9 to 5 and they drop it after hours, it's something that they actually carry with them for a long time. Though there are also women who can lift really, really heavy things. Like if we go to the Himalayas, there are the village women who, without shoes, climb mountains and lift sacks of hay. So physical strength. There's also that physical strength to bear pain. So while we know for a man, in a general sense, again, there is that ability to bear wounds that are given to them. For women also, there's this ability to bear one of the highest thresholds of pain, which is giving birth to a child. They also have that strength to bear pain. Then there's also the strength to be active, to be athletic, as we say. And although we see that men in a general sense have this ability to take larger strides or run and jump, and that's why we see a lot of them in the Olympics, and women are also there, a woman's strength in this area is her flexibility, the ability to bend, the ability to curve, the ability to touch her toes. So in these ways, both men and women are physically strong, but in their ways, in the general sense. And so strength is our innate ability. We all have physical strength of some sort. We all are in a certain category, if not all categories of this physical strength. What about mental strength and intellectual strength? Now, in a general sense, we know that for a man, the strength is logic, reason, and objectivity. And for a woman, in a general sense, again, the strength is sensitivity. The strength is intuitiveness. The strength is nourishing and being able to understand. And when we put both these strengths together, that of a man and a woman, we have healthy personality. And so the spiritual seeker's mind and intellect is not gendered. It is beyond gender. And the perfect mind and intellect of a seeker actually contains both the qualities of a so-called male or female mind intellect. This harmonious combination creates the perfect spiritual seeker. That combination of rationality and objectiveness and logic, and also that intuitiveness and that creativity and sensitivity. This forms a spiritual seeker. Now, what is spiritual strength? Spiritual strength is the ability to let everything go and seek the highest. This is what we call spiritual strength. This is the only way that we can actually realize the truth. And when we say let go, it doesn't mean to physically let go. It means to emotionally let go of all the things that hold us back. And what do we emotionally let go of? We emotionally let go of dependence on other people and other beings for our completeness, for our fulfillment. When we have that strength to let go of depending on other people for our own fulfillment, that is called spiritual strength. And that is, although it is innate in us, all of these strengths are innate in us, we can still bring them out by reveling and contemplating on the goddess of strength, Durga Devi. So today and over the next 2 days, this 3-day series, Power of Strength, we're going to contemplate on Durga Devi, think about her, revel in her, but in how she manifests in different ways. So today we will really we'll look at how Durga Devi manifests as a mother. So the first part of this will be us reveling on how Durga Devi manifests as a mother. And then after that, we will do a puja so that we can really feel what she means to us. Now, when we think about the mother or any mother, a mother is not a profession, and it cannot be equated to any profession because it is above and beyond all professions. A mother is a CEO, a CFO, a CTO, all at the same time, because her responsibility is to really bring up this child. Both the parents, the mother and the father, their responsibility is to bring up this child in a healthy environment that makes them want to learn more, to love more, to grow more, and want to be this positive contributor to society. And in reading about how different children are raised and what affects them, it said that about 10% of the crimes in the United States are committed by juveniles. And 90% of them have suffered some kind of trauma in their childhood age. So then even a parent's responsibility becomes even the most important in creating this nourishing environment for that child to be able to grow, both, first dependently when they're young, but even more so independently. And today we will look at mother in this beautiful lady called Gautami from the Mahabharata. The Mahabharata has so many, many wonderful stories, and it is a great story of Jaya, of victory. In that, there are many strong and powerful women who evoke this motherhood, this ability, this strength not to depend on anyone for their own fulfillment. So what is this story of Gautami? Now, this happens in the Anushasana Parva of Mahabharata. Yudhishthira has just finished this war. Everybody knows the story of the Mahabharata war. Yudhishthira has just finished this war, Mahabharata, and now everybody he sees dead on the battlefield. And so what he does is he goes to Bhishma Pitamaha. And Bhishma Pitamaha is lying in this bed of arrows. And he tells him, I don't know what to do. Tell me something by which I can calm my mind because it's so disturbed. There's so many people who have been killed in this battle, and I feel like it's my fault. I feel like this whole battle is my fault. And now I have to witness this. Betters Duryodhana, who died in the battlefield. He doesn't have to go through this. This is because of me. This entire war is because of me. And tell me a way by which I can calm my mind and cleanse my mind. And Bhishma looks at Yudhishthira. Bhishma says, let me tell you the story of this lady, this wise old lady named Gautami. And in listening to her story, you will be calm. So what is this Gautami's story? Gautami's story is that she has a son. She has a son, and what she finds out is that her son dies. Her son is dead. He got bitten by a snake. And upon seeing this, she looks at her son, and a fowler comes, somebody who's hunting animals. He also sees this, and he looks at her and he says, let's kill this snake who bit your son. Now your son is dead, your son is poisoned. Let's kill this snake. And the first thing Gautami does, she says, stop. Let's not kill him. So let's explore the words of what Gautami says. So I'll share my screen with you so you can see her words from the Mahabharata, and we can reflect on that. So the first thing she says is, look, is it really worth killing this snake? Plavante dharma lagavo lokeyam bhasi yatha plavaha majjanti papa guravaha shastram skannam ivodake. She says to him, those who have made themselves light by performing virtuous deeds manage to cross the sea of the world as the ship crosses the ocean. But those who have loaded themselves with sin sink into the bottom as an arrow thrown into the water. So what happens here? The first strength that Gautami displays to us is the strength of application. Now imagine, okay? Imagine her son just passes away. Now this is one of the most painful, if not the most painful thing that a parent can witness. We've met parents who've lost their children and they don't know what to do. They don't know how to deal with it. And at that time, in the heat of the moment, to be able to apply this knowledge, that's called the strength of application. Many of us feel that we have studied, we have gone through satsangs, we have heard everything, so we don't want to hear anything anymore. We've read it all, we've attended satsangs, we've heard it. So we know, but we cannot apply, which means we actually really don't know. The strength of Gautami is that in that moment, in that most painful moment where her son just dies, she is able to apply that knowledge. Now, how many of us are able to do that? We can apply this knowledge in easy times, but in times which are so dire and seemingly destructive, she speaks wisdom to this fowler. And what does she say? She says, listen, don't waste all of your punya. You are dharma laghava. Laghava means light. Those who have made themselves light by performing dharma, they cross the sea of the world as a ship crosses the ocean. They cross very easily. So don't waste it. Those who have loaded themselves with sin, they sink into the bottom like an arrow. So you and I have acquired so much punya, so much merit that we are going to be able to cross this ocean of samsara. Don't waste that in the heat of the moment. You do not need to kill this serpent because this is not your dharma. Her dharma, the fowler's dharma, is not to try that serpent, right? If somebody commits a crime, they have to be tried by the court of law. Revenge is not our dharma. So she, in that heat of the moment, she has this strength of application. No, don't kill him. Set that serpent free. What else is she telling? So we go to the next one. She says, now, listen, she says, Hatva chainam namrita syad ayam me. Jivatyasmin kotyaya syad ayam te. Asyotsarge pranayuktasya jantoh mrityor lokam konu gachet anantam. This is her strength of acceptance. She says, by killing this serpent, my boy will not be revived. And by letting it live, no harm will be caused to you. Who would go to the endless regions of death by killing this living creature? So her second strength is her strength of acceptance. Now this we don't have. The most painful thing for a mother is when her child is going through something. And the thing is, she cannot accept it. She can't accept it. Whatever the child's going through, she tries to fight it or deny it or just put it in the back burner and pretend that it's not happening and pretend that it's not there because it's so painful to see that your own child is going through something. But here's Gautami. She has a strength of acceptance and she accepts what happened. She's not denying. She's not saying, how did this happen to my son? Why did this happen to my son? Straight off the bat, she says, he's dead. He's dead. And that grief that she may feel, revenge will not bring him back. She's so clear with this. She says, what will we gain by sending this serpent to death? Who wants to go to Mrityu Loka? So she's very clear that whatever her heart's feeling, revenge will not cure it. Anger will not cure it. So why are we even thinking about it? He is not going to be revived by whatever you do. You cannot bring him back to life. And by letting it live, no harm will be caused to you. So why do we need to again go to these endless regions of death by killing this living creature? So this is her acceptance. But still this fowler would not yield. Still he says, no, you don't know what you're saying, and I still think we should kill this serpent, this snake. And so what does she tell him? She says, Kasmat Somya aham nakshame no bhujange mokshartham va kasya heturna kuryam. Oh, you kind face, oh Somya, why should we not forgive this serpent and try to acquire merit by setting it free? So now here is a very, very difficult strength that she has. So the first is a strength of application. Second is her strength of being able to accept what happened to her son. The third one is forgiveness. Now, what is this strength of forgiveness? When someone hurts us, when someone says something rude, someone looks at it at us in a bad way, someone does something bad to us, forgive them for our own sake, not only for their sake. Because what happens is we carry such burdens, we carry such grudges, and we're only hurting our own selves. Forgive this being because it will set you free. Not this person, yes, has caused harm, has done something wrong, but forgive this person because this person, this being, doing that will set you free. And we will see, as the story of Gautami unfolds, that she is very wise and that she understands that this sarpa, this snake, this bhujanga, is actually a nimitta. We will see as the story unfolds that everything happens because of our karma. Not one person is not the cause of why we feel sad. That karma is supposed to come to us. That person is just the delivery person, like the FedEx or the UPS. They're just coming to deliver whatever karma is meant to come to us. We cannot escape that. We do not go out looking for sorrow, isn't it? So why should you and I go out looking for joy? Joy and sorrow will come to your house. They will come knocking to your door because that is the law of karma. We don't have to look for joy or sorrow. They will come and find us wherever we live. So she clearly understood that whoever is causing her this harm that she's feeling, this hurt that she's feeling, is only a nimitta. Nimitta means a factor, an instrument to make it happen. but it is not actually that's the cause. So she had that strength in that moment. Now again, imagine this is a very, very deep, dark moment when her son dies. In that moment, she has that strength to forgive. Now let us see here what else she says. There's this one quote which I saw, which I really liked. It says, to forgive is to set a person free, and that person is you. So this is what forgiveness does. And this is Gautami's power. Now next. Now she has the strength of conviction. She says, Naiva kalo na bhujango na mrityur iha karanam swakarma bhirayam balaha kalena nidhanam gataha. She says, it was not time nor death, nor the serpent is the cause. The child met its death as a result of its own karma. Now, what happens in this story? You know, as Gautami she's talking to this fowler, and she's saying, listen, don't do this, don't kill this serpent, don't kill this serpent. And eventually the snake itself starts talking and says, please do not blame me. The snake says, do not blame me, because it is not my fault. I am just one of the factors of the death of the son. I am not the ultimate factor. Just like when you make a clay pot, there's so many factors. There's the potter's wheel, there's the clay, etc. He says, I am just one of the factors. Do not blame me. I was prompted by death. I was prompted by mrityu. So do not blame me. And then the fowler told the snake, no, I blame you because you are one of the factors. Even if you weren't the whole thing, you are one of the factors. So why shouldn't I blame you? And so the snake said, no, it's not me, and it's not even death. You don't even blame death. Then what happens? Mrityu, or death, comes. And that says, it's not the serpent's fault, and it's not my fault also. We have been prompted by time. We've been prompted by time. Time has prompted us to take the life of this boy away. And that's why we came. And so the fowler said, no, I will kill both of you now. Both of you are part of this. And then Kala, or time, comes and says, listen, it is not the serpent's fault. It is not death's fault, and it is not my fault. Time says, it's not my fault. It's not my fault. You know, someone who's dying in their old age, somehow it's easier to make peace with it because we understand it's a natural progression that when someone grows older, these things will happen. But when someone young dies, it's very painful. And time says, it's not my fault. All of this is brought about by the karma of this young boy. And because of this karma, because of his karma, the time came when death had to arrive by that serpent. And that's how the boy died. And Gautami understood this. She understood this so well. And she was so convinced about it that even if that fowler wanted to shake her conviction again and again by saying, I will kill this serpent, I will kill this serpent, she said, no, it's not the fault of the serpent, it's not the fault of death, and it's not the fault of time. So even in that moment, she doesn't blame anyone. And she's not easily convinced by what the fowler is saying. She says, it is the karma of my son. He had to go. And so, let him go. Now, this is her strength. Now, it doesn't stop there. What else does Gautami do? Here, she says very beautifully, Maya cha tat kritam karma Yena yam me mritas sutaha yattu kalas tatha mrityur munchar janaka pannagam. She says, I too so have acted that my son has died. Let now Kala, Mrityu retire from there, and you too, O Arjunaka, set this serpent free. So Gautami had this strength of responsibility, wherein after that whole episode happened, when all came, the Sarpa, the snake, that Mrityu, death, time, all of them came, and the fowler kept talking to her. What did she do? She didn't shy away from her responsibility. Whatever had to be done for her son's death, whatever rites had to be done, whatever cremation and prayer had to be done, she did. She said, I have performed everything that I am supposed to perform according to my dharma. And so now let the serpent go and you too be free. Many times when we're hit by such a devastating event in our lives, we cannot perform. Our sense of responsibility goes down. We're not able to do anything. We can't even think straight. We can't even hold ourselves together. But this mother, Gautami, she did everything she had to do. And that was her strength of responsibility. She didn't shy down on that. And thus, in this character of Gautami, in this simple story in Mahabharata, we see the strength of a mother manifests. We see how Durga Devi can manifest in the very, very beginning, when she has all of her strength. She has the strength to be able to apply this knowledge in the heat of the moment, when it's needed most. She has the strength of application. Then she has the strength of acceptance. This is what happened. She knows for sure this is what happened, and she accepts it. Then she has the strength of forgiveness. Somebody who's done something so incredibly painful, she's still able to forgive. Only the strong can forgive. The weak cannot. The weak will hold all this toxicity in their bodies and their mind. Then she has the strength of conviction to stick to what she knows and believes in, even if the fowler's there ready to kill that snake, is ready to do it. And then she has the strength of responsibility. Even after something like that happened, she goes about and does what she has to do. And this is called strength. This is called bala. Without this kind of strength, nahi atma. Atma cannot be gained without this kind of strength. Balahinena labhyaha. Nahi atma balahinena labhyaha. That atma, that self, cannot be gained without this kind of strength. And this, thinking about this, contemplating on this can rouse or wake up the strength that's already in you and in me. That's where Durga is. She is in you and she is in me. So now we will go ahead and we will perform our Durga Puja. Those of you who are going to do the puja with us, I'll just put our website here so that you can download the Puja Vidhi if you want to. If you want it for reference, it's there. And then those of you who are doing the puja with me, if you can turn on your video so that way I can make sure you're following along and guide accordingly. Okay? All right. So just make sure everyone's near their altar and ready to perform the puja. I'll be just looking at you to make sure we're all doing it together. First, we're going to seek Shri Ganesha's blessings to remove all of the obstacles that may come in this puja. Most of the obstacles are in our own mind only. So let's seek let all of these be removed. Om Shuklam Varadharam Vishnum Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyayet Sarva Vignopashantaye. Atha Achamanam. So now we will take some water and we will do the Achamanam, right? Om Keshavaya Swaha. Take some water in your palm and then sip it. Om Narayanaya Swaha. Sip it. Om Madhavaya Swaha. And then the fourth one, you just drop it in the plate in front of you. Om Govindaya Namaha. And touch your right ear. Okay. Then we'll do the pranayama. So we'll close the left nostril, inhale through the right nostril, and hold for 33 ohms, then breathe out through the left nostril. Ready? Inhale. And exhale through the left nostril. Then now we'll do the Puja Sankalpa. So you can take some rice and flour, put it in your right hand, and put this in your left hand on your right knee. And we will take the Puja Sankalpa. Om Mamopata Samasta Duritakshayadvara Shri Parameshwari Prityartham Asmin Shubhadine Shubhamuhurte Jnana Vairagya Siddhyartham Vidya Vinaya Praptyartham Shri Sadguru Prasada Siddhyartham Cha Dhyana षोडशोपचारैः Shri Bhagavati Devi Puja Karishye. And you offer this here, Santa Mata, Mata. So our Sankalpa, we pray for the strength of knowledge, strength of dispassion. Remember that spiritual strength of letting go. We pray for knowledge, for humility, for Durga Devi to be pleased with us, and also Guru to be pleased with us. Now we'll ring the bell, just in case there are any other disturbances in the mind, where to go away. Now we will have Ganesha in Guru Smaranam. You can put your hand here. Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwara Gurureva Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Now we will do the Mukhya Puja. So when we do the steps, we will chant Om Shri Durgaye Namaha. So first we will do the Devi Dhyanam. We'll just contemplate on her form and just feel her presence in our entire being. Sarva Mangala Mangalye Shive Sarvartha Sadhike Sharanye Trayambake Gauri Narayani Namostute. Atha Avahanam. Now with the left hand, touch your heart. And the right hand, touch Devi's photo. Om Shri Durgaye Namaha. Devi Mavahayami. So we're bringing Durga Devi from our hearts to this image or this form so that we can perform puja to her. Now we're going to offer her a seed. So you can take a flower and we'll offer her a seed. Atha asanam. And anything you offer, just put it to your heart first. Om Shri Durgaye Namaha. Asanam samarpayami. Now we will wash her feet. So you can take some water and we will wash her feet. Atha padyam. Om Shri Durgaye Namaha. Padyam samarpayami. Atha arghyam. Now we'll wash her hands. Om Shri Durgaye Namaha. Arghyam samarpayami. And now we'll give her some water to drink. Atha achamanam. Om Shri Durgaye Namaha. Achamanam samarpayami. And now we do the snanam. So we give her a little bit of a bath. And so how you would do that is if you have a picture, you take a flower and you dip a little bit of water. A little bit of water. And then you just sprinkle on her. Atha snanam. Om Shri Durgaye Namaha. Snanam samarpayami. Sprinkle some water on her. So that way she has a nice bath. And then if you have an image, then you can make sure she's wiped dry and everything is clean. And now we'll offer her a set of clothes. So if you have a piece of cloth, you can offer. Not, you take some cotton. Whatever you have at home, you can offer her. So we will offer her vastam. So now she's coming to our house, washed her feet, washed her hands, and now we'll give her vastra. Om Shri Durgaye Namaha. Vastram samarpayami. Now we've given her a nice piece of cloth. So now she's comfortable in our house. So the next step is we offer her gandha lepanam. So we offer her kumkum and chandan or bhasma, whatever you have. Atha gandha lepanam. So take that kumkum, chandan, whatever you have, and you can put on top. Om Shri Durgaye Namaha. Gandhan dharayami. So now we have dressed her up. She's come to our house. She's had chandan. Now we'll give her some akshata. You have akshata in your house. Take a little bit, or if not, uncooked rice. That's also fine. Om Shri Durgaye Namaha. Akshatan samarpayami. Yeah. Following along. Okay, good. Next step is we offer her flowers. So take a flower Atha Pushpam. Om Shri Durgaye Namaha. Pushpam Samarpayami. Yes. And now we're going to chant. So now she's come home. We're going to praise her, entertain her. Whenever we bring a guest home, like goddess, we sit, and the best conversation is to praise her. And when we praise someone, what happens is those qualities start manifesting in us also. So we will chant. We will do 27 names of Durga Devi. I will chant and then I will repeat it so that you, when the second time when I repeat it, you can repeat after me. Okay. And with each one, you can offer, we're offering almonds to Durga Devi today. So you put it in your heart and then you offer Devi. Okay. Om Shriye Namaha. Om Shriye Namaha. Om Umaye Namaha. Om Umaye Namaha. Om Bharatye Namaha. Om Bharatye Namaha. Om Bhadraye Namaha. Om Bhadraye Namaha. Om Sharvanye Namaha. Om Sharvaye Namaha. Om Vijayaye Namaha. Om Jayaye Namaha. Om Jayaye Namaha. Om Jayaye Namaha. Om Vanye Namaha. Om Vanye Namaha. Om Sarvagataye Namaha. Om Sarvagataye Namaha. Om Gauriye Namaha. Om Gauriye Namaha. Om Varatye Namaha. Om Varatye Namaha. Om Kamalapriyaye Namaha. Om Kamalapriyaye Namaha. Om Saraswatye Namaha. Om Saraswatye Namaha. Om Kamalaye Namaha. Om Kamalaye Namaha. Om Mayaye Namaha. Om Mayaye Namaha. Om Matangye Namaha. Om Matangye Namaha. Om Aparaye Namaha. Om Aparaye Namaha. Om Ajaye Namaha. Om Ajaye Namaha. Om Shamkabharye Namaha. Om Shamkabharye Namaha. Om Shivaye Namaha. Om Shivaye Namaha. Om Chandaye Namaha. Om Chandaye Namaha. Om Kundalye Namaha. Om Kundalye Namaha. Om Vaishnavye Namaha. Om Vaishnavye Namaha. Om Kriyaye Namaha. Om Kriyaye Namaha. Om Shriye Namaha. Om Shriye Namaha. Om Indraye Namaha. Om Indraye Namaha. Om Madhumatye Namaha. Om Madhumatye Namaha. Om Shri Durgaye Namaha. Om Shri Durgaye Namaha. Okay. So when we touch our heart and we offer, we're actually inviting those qualities to come to us. And they're such beautiful qualities. At some point in time, we can also reflect on them. All right. Next is the dhupam, atha dhupam. So those of you, agarbati, you can get that ready in your homes. And we will light the agarbati and offer to her. Atha dhupam. Om Shri Durgaye Namaha. Shri Durgaye Namaha. Dhupam samarpayami. Wonderful. Then Deepa. So whatever candle you have, whatever light you have, you can go ahead and offer that to Devi. अथ दीपः ॐ श्री दुर्गायै नमः दीपं समर्पयामि Okay. And now, okay, so you're following. Okay, very good. Deepam Sandarshayami. Now, the next step is Naivedya. So those of you who are in your homes, you can now offer the Naivedyam, whatever it is that you have. So, this. Om Shri Durgaye Namaha.
Om Shri Durgaye Namaha.
Naivedyam Nivedayami. Om Pranaya Swaha. Apanaya Swaha. Dhyanaya Swaha. Udanaya Swaha. Samanaya Swaha. Brahmani Swaha. Brahmani Swaha. Brahmani Swaha. So now Durga Devi is quite happy. She came to our house. We washed her feet, her hands. We gave her nice clothes, gandha. We showed her agarbati. So there's nice smell and lots of lights, deepa. And we even gave her some food to eat. So now she's quite ready for us we will do the arati. And after that, we will do our bhajan for her to really connect with her. So let us do the Mangalini Rajanam. The Mangalini Rajanam. Om Natatra Suryo Bhati na Chandra Tarakam. Nema Vidyuto Bhanti Kuto Yamagni. Tameva Bhantamanubhati Sarvam. Tasya Bhasa Sarvamidam Vibhati. Om Shri Durgaye Namaha.
Shri Durgaye Namaha.
Mangalini Rajanam Smarpayami. Everyone can also take arti. Those of you who are in your homes. Yeah. Offer her arati. And we tell her that you are the light of lights. You are that which gives light to everything. And may you always be the center of our lives. Now we will have one bhajan so that we can really feel Durga Devi in our hearts. So let's have Malini. See where she is. Okay.
Ambavadinan adarunchave Ambavadinan adarunchave Ambavadinan adarunchave Ambavadinan adarunchave Ambavadina
Adara Jave Shambharare Vaire Shambharare Vaire Sahodare Shambharare Vaire Sahodare Shambharare Vaire Sahodare Shambharare Vaire Sahodare Kambugale Sita Kamaleshwari Kambugale Sita Kamaleshwari Kambugale Sita Kamaleshwari Kambugale Sita Kamaleshwari Om Bhavani Adara Jave Om Bhavani Adara Jave Paradevinadu Bhajiya Janija Bhatulanu Broje Pankajasini Paradevinadu Bhajiya Janija Patulanu Broje Pankajasini Varavina Pani Varavina Pani Vagvilasini Varavina Pani Vagvilasini Varavina Pani Vagvilasini Varavina Pani Vagvilasini Harikesha Pura Alankari Rani Harikesha Pura Alankari Rani Harikesha Pura Alankari Rani Harikesha Pura Alankari Rani Om Bhavani Adara Jave Om Bhavani Adara
Thank you, Malini. At this point, everyone can close their eyes for a few moments and invoke Goddess Durga. Wherever we're weak, we all have weak spots. We have sometimes weakness of mind, sometimes anger, sometimes pride, sometimes irritation. All of our weak spots, show them to Durga Devi and ask her to destroy them and make us strong. So in this few moments of silence, show her all of your weak spots, all of my weak spots. Let's show them to her so she can destroy them. Om Shri Durgaye Namaha. Now we're coming to the close of the puja. Everybody take a flower and whatever pardon, whatever we want her to forgive. We've committed many things in this puja and errors in this puja, in this day, in this month, in this year. Whatever it is, take a flower and seek that forgiveness, and we will offer it to her. Shri Durgaye Namaha. Pushpam Samarpayami. And now we will do the Pradakshina Namaskara. So if you're sitting, you can do it this way, or if you're standing, you can stand up and go clockwise. Yani kani cha papani janmantara kritani cha tani tani vinashyanti pradakshina pade pade. We'll do Pradakshina Namaskara to Devi. Those of you who have mothers, sisters, your wives with you, also please do Pradakshina to them. Now, we do the Prarthana. We tell Durga Devi that we might not do puja to you every day, but may our thoughts, words, deeds be in a constant puja towards you. Kayena vacha manasendriyerva buddhyatmana va prakrite svabhava karomi yat sakalam parasmai Narayanaayeti samarpayami. Narayanaayeti samarpayami. And you take a spoonful of water, signify that the puja is over. Om Tat Sat Brahmarpanamastu. And we now do the Udvasanam, where we call her back to us. So keep your one hand on the heart, your left hand, your right hand, Durga Devi. Om Tishta Tishta Parasthane Swasthane Parameshwari Yatra Brahmadayo Devaha Sarve Tishtanti Me Hridi. Now, this Udvasanam, we're calling her to come back to our heart, where she really belongs. You will chant the Shanti Mantra. Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinaha, Sarve Santu Niramaya, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschit Dukkha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari. Okay, wonderful.